Just a heads up, I'm probably just going to be releasing videos here again, so look forward to that. Hey everyone, it's Fluffy Leaf Plays, or Fluffy Wheat Bix here, back again with another video, if you can even call it that. Today we're doing the ultimate guide to Zealot grinding, because a lot of people don't know the best ways or how they should, so I'm just going to go over some of the best methods for Zealot grinding, and some of the ways you can get to doing that. And I'm going to tell you some of the bad ways that you may actually see people in the lobbies doing it. So without further ado, let's get right on into the video. So first things first, you're going to want a weapon. I went out and got this aspect of the end, totally didn't nab it from my co-op member, and coincidentally this is the perfect thing you're going to want for fighting Zealots. Now, after this, you're going to want to get, I don't know, a good set of Ender Armor and a pet. Now I've got to go buy Ender Armor. Wait. What was that? Not the stuff you need for your video. Oh. So there's an Enderman and some Ender Armor here. You know, I'll take that. So now we've got the Ender Armor that we need. See, this is not where it ends though. I'm gonna take that out of my wardrobe. And now we have to go enchant it. Oh, and just to clarify, common Enderman over rare. Don't get rare. Now what you're gonna want to do is go here to the bazaar. You can use /baz if you've got a cookie on, but you're gonna want to go to the bazaar, go here, and totally just actually buy an enchanting table, go get the 64 levels to enchant, and just painstakingly grind away at the arduous task that is getting 64 levels each time. Okay, so don't mind the one anvil use on all of these, but now we've painstakingly grinded all of these books, so we can now apply them to the Ender Armor. Okay, so yeah, I magically got the levels to enchant this. Totally didn't just craft a stack of grands, don't mind the grand experience bottles. Now we've got our full Growth 5 Prop 5 Ender Armor. But in all seriousness, if you need Growth 5 Prop 5, either grind out the recipes through doing Dark Oak, which is Dark Oak 7. Otherwise, just get 64 levels and then make the book through the enchanting table. Now, finally, we've got a Reforge. Now, normally you would go all Fierce, but in this case you want to go Fierce and Pure, because now, with this setup, you should necessarily have 100% crit chance. Then you can deal big boy damage, or at least get to the point where you can actually hit them. So now I'm doing 40,000 damage per hit, but it could be very different for you. You could be dealing like 2 damage a hit. Okay, well now you can deal damage. You can kill stuff. You should be dealing at least 4,500 damage, and if you can, great, because now you can kill these guys. By doing this, you level up your common Enderman, whatever. Either way, this one's easier to level up, and as you level it up, you'll get more damage, and progressively, you'll be able to one-tap Zealots. Okay, so we're back here again, and now that we've gone through how to get your damage up to kill Zealots, there's more that we have to go through, such as other ways of killing them. So one of the most popular ways of killing Zealots, other than with melee attacks, is using the Frozen Sight. You see people like this, who have the Frozen Sight, and they just spew a bunch of icicles out at their opponent, fucking massacring them. Now you see this everywhere in end lobbies. It is probably the most efficient way of killing Zealots, and it gets you quite a bit of money. The trade-off though is that you need to buy a sheep pet, whether that be legendary or epic, a set of Wise Dragon armor, or a crystal set, and you need to get a Frozen Scythe, which costs about 5.6 million coins. So in total, I'm estimating around 10 to 15 mil. You have to kill around 30 special Zealots to get your money back, just for easy math. Now here's one of the more cheap methods. Killing Zealots with an explosive bow. So if you see, I've got my explosive bow right here, and I shoot, I kill the Zealot. It works really well. I just get kills, they rack up over time, but the trade-off is they've nerfed it in the past, making it so it's a 1 in 840 chance instead of 420. Like, making the chance half of what it would normally be with the explosive bow. But, alternatively, all you need is Strong Dragon and Terra Helm and an explosive bow, and you can kill them through explosive bowing. Well, if you can't kill them with a normal shot, I suggest you use sword swapping. Sword swapping is where you shoot, you swap to your sword, and you deal a lot more damage than you normally would. Okay, so I'm just editing the video, and I'm pretty sure sword swapping got patched. Don't quote me on that, but I think if you can't one-tap Zealots with a normal shot, you're SOL. Sorry. Okay, now another method for killing Zealots is what this guy right here is doing. He's using a Precursor Eye. He's got Elegant Tux, Drag Pet, Precursor Eye, and then he's holding a Voodoo Doll. So he's pretty friggin' stacked. But the Precursor Eye, fire a laser in front of you, dealing 4,000 damage and costing 40 mana. The damage increases by 100% every second for 5 seconds, and the mana cost increases by 25% every second. Essentially, making it the equivalent to the Terraria Last Prism, but in Skyblock, and a little worse. But it's probably one of the most expensive ways to kill Zealots, clocking in at like 75 mil for the Elegant Tux, and then the Precursor Eye is like 1.5 mil, 2 mil right now, so it's not too expensive. You don't do a lot of damage unless you've got the Tux, and you can grind Zealots with it. Now, there are a few more ways of killing Zealots, such as using the Dreadlord Sword or Bonzo Staff, but I don't know how commonly they're used, and they're kind of bad. I'm just gonna hit the Watcher.
What kind of damage is that?
You don't do a lot of damage.
Wonder where you got that, eh, Sherlock?
But if you're just going for like 2 or 3 hits, then go for it, use it.
No, please do not use it.
Bonzo Staff is the same case as the Frozen Scythe, it's just like half the price, but the trade-off is you have to constantly be running, you have to deal with the sound effects, and if you run into your own Bonzo Staff blast, you end up getting knocked back, which is a huge downside in my opinion, but I don't know.
Well, no, if you're actually good at the game, you shouldn't have to worry about that.
There is one more way. I can't show it to you because I'm not Catacombs 20, but you use the Silent Death. The ability of the Silent Death is you teleport behind the enemy you're looking at, gain 25 strength, and then you can kill them. So you can teleport, kill. Just teleport, kill. And it works really friggin' well. But the only trade-off is you need Cat of 20, which is arguably harder to get than like millions of coins. Plus, if you've got the Frozen Scythe, you can already deal most of your damage, you can get most of your eyes, and you're pretty much set for grinding Zealots. But to be honest, my favorite way of grinding Zealots is just the tried and true method of running around at Mach 4, killing them in Young.